Oh, hello. Apologies for being slightly late. My stomach has decided that it wants to do an entire gymnastics routine, so we're gonna play as long as I feel like I am able today. But, we're doing Slay the Princess again because I forgot to download Silent Hill 2, so I didn't want to make you guys wait for a gaming stream, and I decided I'm just gonna do this instead. What do I want to do as the goal? No, can't do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Have I put this on Twitter? I don't think I put it on Twitter. Let's put it on Twitter. On the Twitter. Gotta do the Twitter. So that people know I'm here. Oh, come on, Twitter. Don't be like that. There we go. Okay. Now we can begin. Begin! Okay, we're continuing.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah.
I'm talking about...
Gotta go through everything again.
While I appreciate...
Doing all that. All that.
Seriously?
Do that time. I haven't done that this time.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine.
I'm gonna screw with you now.
I suppose you just
gonna walk away.
Quietly continue down the path away. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Agreed. This time, at least.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he does. You leave my buddy alone.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
That's...
How convenient. Everything's
dumb.
back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Hey, what's up, Seaboard? How you doing?
You're
Nope.
really keen on wasting
walking away.
everyone's time, aren't you?
Nope, we're walking away.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Okay. My New Year's was good. Spent it with the husband. Enjoyed some time doing typical things.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail.
Hopefully
They're
your
facts of life. But
New Year's
fine,
was good.
You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
And let me guess, it's gonna lead me back.
Would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or
I roll.
astrology, but I have to say,
roll.
it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Uh-huh.
There's always a choice.
Gonna
Let me
keep
tell you
moving
right now,
away.
you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Keep walking away.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At
And that would
first,
be?
it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through
Oh,
the
you're gonna
leaves.
force it, aren't you, you
But
fucker?
as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin. the cabin.
I hate that.
An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to... Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or
Jesus.
cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yes.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
I'd
lose
take
track
death
of
over
just
talking to
how
you.
long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Good. My New Year's was kind of bad. I watched...
You're on a path in the woods. And at
Okay.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Yeah, okay. I'll just say okay. Yep.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh.
You
Lying.
know I can tell when you're lying.
Gotta
right?
lie.
Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning. Before you go in, she will lie. If we're stuck going in, ignore him. He's just being difficult. Let's...
I guess I don't have a choice.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin
Oh wow, it's
interiors,
moving while
all
I...
projected across what's almost... The only furniture of note is a plain table. Its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. Or good
I'd be
night,
down.
we take in the knife. Have you seen this place? I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a... You can't just say that. And when everything here is... Listen to me.
Yeah, everything is very
My job
wrong.
is to describe
I don't like it.
facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the prince. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You can't... Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we... Nothing. Because you're going to pull yourself together.
No, I'm not.
Ignore the stressful geometry and
No, I'm
sound.
not.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job. So you're just going to have to get better at your... Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting
This
under
is
his
so
skin,
ridiculously
but we'll
funny
miss out
on every
loads
level.
of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you.
Alright, we're just gonna go down to the basement. I'm not taking the knife with
The
me.
door to the basement
Oh,
creaks
wow.
open, revealing a web of branching
Where's
staircases
David Bowie?
all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
It is a very good game, Phil. I very much enjoy it.
The air here has a
It's so interesting, the different
almost
kind of avenues you
sludge-like
can go
miasma
through and
to
the
it.
different endings.
The kind of
I might
indiscernible
actually
quality that
continue
comes
to
from
do
the
this,
blending
like,
together of
on the
every
side,
scent there is at once.
just to get all the
Odor
endings
that
and
is
get all the achievements, because it's so much fun.
simultaneously everything, and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her
Is
voice,
it, though?
a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No.
No, thank. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do it
Let's just
either
turn
right now.
around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
And
We
you would
don't
be
even have
right.
a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we... And what's that?
Let's go find out.
The fate of the world hinges on your success. There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his...
We're taking the soft
You step
stairs.
to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. And you don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your
Good.
way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out
quicksand.
of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you. It's slow going.
Oh my
You
god,
manage
it's
to
like I'm in a
fight
padded
against the
room.
overwhelming urge to fall back
Stay
into
puft
comfort and
marshmallow man.
nothingness, the very
Stop
struggle
eating
to
me.
Continue forward, consuming your every thought.
Yep.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time
Oh.
disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations
Oh,
dull
that's
and then vanish,
not good.
until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey.
That's
Continuous
horrendous.
march forward.
But I like how, like, the design
Consumption
is
and
slowly but
betrayal.
surely getting,
Skepticism and blind
like,
devotion, rivalry and
more,
submission, terror and longing, pain
like,
and unfamiliarity.
I guess,
At the
simple.
heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
Yeah, what
I
did
feel
happen?
So strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stair. Oh well.
What does that mean?
That was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes
Yeah, but we
bright,
have no-
otherwise
we have no blade
shrouded
this
in
time.
darkness, watches you impatiently from. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself.
I think we all
You're
did.
here to. He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you.
Didn't realize I was
That's
here.
okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
Oh, she seems very
the shadows
scared.
recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so warm. And it's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange. So, why are you here?
As the princess
Whoa.
speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, we can do
The
that.
heck?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then
He already
you told us
knows.
that the world ended and we died. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head,
That's not how that works,
unthink
buddy.
them. If it's not... Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
Why is she...
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again.
Oh, wow.
I don't like where this is going.
Me either.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now.
Dude, it's getting
before
weirder
things
and
get
weirder.
More complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us.
Yeah,
That's
we're
where
not
the
going
blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it?
It's like our own
everything we
mind
say just
fracturing over and over
multiplies
again.
her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her.
No, I'm gonna keep asking her questions.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Cute.
Princess. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should...
None
We've
of
heard
them
that
have
before.
names. How astute. I told you she was untroubled.
Yeah, it was
I don't
weird.
know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
It's so weird because this is the first time we've heard her with that sweet voice. She wasn't like that before. Interesting.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place.
Jesus.
Why would I know what happened to you? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right?
This is
You don't just lock a
so
princess away in a place
mindfucky.
like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false
Big ups to the
hope.
voice actress,
Please just
man.
end this
She's doing a
already.
great job.
One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm
Damn,
a
that sounded
monster.
loud.
The second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This
Oh.
is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You
I like
can
that
do
it
this.
moves when you move your mouse. It's
But
really
how do we
cool.
decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when... Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever... Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. Wait, that's not right. Go on.
Uh-oh.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands, you can feel yourself rupture.
Ooh.
The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Oh,
You find the
jeez.
blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to live. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
This is
But this-
schizophrenia personified.
We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's
Yeah.
the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for
I'm
all,
with Contrarian.
nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
And it all goes quiet.
falls apart. I think he's gone.
Oh,
We
wow.
were never going to salvage this, were we?
Nope.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in space.
Oh, that is so grody.
It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart?
We should
That's killing me.
help her. I think we... How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Do my best. Oh, hi, buddy. How are you?
She's gone.
Illusion of
Where does
choice.
she go? And is that a mirror?
There it is.
What is that supposed to mean?
Approach the mirror. We know where this is going. Mirror always makes them leave. And we are just getting worse. Over and over again. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her. Hello again.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
How's it going?
We're supposed to. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No.
Rhetorical.
Ah.
I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of
That's
the
true.
lives you've brought me. Short and violent and
Full of
full
passion.
of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins.
Okay.
I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find?
There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
And you are eternal. You think that anything is real out there?
We are real. Nothing is
Hmm.
an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Okay. That's rather cryptic.
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. If I did, I would already be awake.
That's true.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator?
He does, I don't know why.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Maybe.
One, whatever you bring me next.
Last time, is there anything you would like me to bring
These
you?
gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing.
For completion. Alright, I'm ready to go back. Let's see her get completed.
The next time I see you, each of us will. I will be here.
Alright, one more. One more time.
You're on a path.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the end. Don't.
Skipping.
Look, you're already. While I appreciate.
Skipping. Doing
Does it?
all of the skipping.
Oh, if only that. Are you serious?
Done all this.
Of course I have. Yes. It's good. As long as you remain
Something new.
focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Alright.
You make
Going
your
up
way
again.
up the short path to the cabin.
Uh-huh. And I'm not gonna take it again.
The interior of the blade is your
Uh-huh. Enter the basement. I'm just gonna go right in there. Not gonna take it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly
Different.
illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
This has been, like, gotta be a
This is
labor of
an
love with how
oppressive place.
much
The air
intricacy
feels
there
heavy
is in
and
this.
damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Okay.
Her voice softly
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once. Don't let it fool you.
Aw,
It's
it's
all
so
part
sweet
of the
again.
manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Of course, you're so sweet.
You walk down
Why
the
are you a
stairs
sweetheart
and
right
lock
now?
eyes with the
It's hard.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Ah,
I
right.
am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot right.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I would love to. See what I can do. Let's not
Only
mince
making
words.
this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course,
You're
sweetheart.
making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's
Walk
right.
up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just.
Any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Oh, please no.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting
Yeah.
our way out. You attempt to make your way out. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay
Dickhead.
the prince.
Try
You
the
try
door.
the door, but it's locked from the.
Alright, let's go to the bottom of the stairs again.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Oh, sweet thing.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh my
hesitates
God.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you. The clang. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens.
I'm saving her.
Fine.
I'm gonna do all the
Against
different
your
things.
better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding
Why is she almost
chain binding
angelic?
her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Ugh.
Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours.
Oh,
Blood
that's
from her wounded arm dripping
way
with-
haunting.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she is.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do that.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No.
Yes, I can.
Can't just let her escape. As the princess approaches the bottom step. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you.
Nope, nope, we're resisting.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance,
We both know this isn't you.
No, it's not.
she nervously reaches towards you and takes the...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your
Oh.
chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Wah.
Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of
It
you
is.
literally
Fuck you.
doomed everyone. Whatever. She
I don't
sinks
care.
the
I wanna
blade
doom
into
everybody
your
'cause I
chest
can.
Again and again and again, and you feel every inch.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
No.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound.
Yep, we did.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the
Aw.
knife, your legs give
Poor
out
thing.
beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your
Poor,
limbs
poor
unresponsive.
thing.
The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Poor
It
thing.
can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I
Yep.
can't deny the reality of what's happened. Everything goes dark.
Yeah, we
You
did.
die.
Death. Death.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end, you're here to slay her. My tricks? What on earth? If he doesn't remember what
No.
happened, then maybe
It's not the
best to
first
keep it
time.
that way.
Yes,
This is
you
like
didn't
time
approve
number
of us
8 or
last time,
9.
did he? If we're going to save our beloved.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your...
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love. And the
Hilarious.
four of us will be foiling
Gotta
any
love it.
and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Ah. Let's assume
Those
he's
are
telling the
two
truth.
Very different questions, but let's say for a moment you died last time, which probably...
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Well, not
Lol.
you in the literal sense, but you did everything. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake.
I beg to differ.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the... Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, what do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty...
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario...
You know what you
that
did,
begs the question of
motherfucker.
how you got
You
back.
know what you did.
Did time simply rewind itself? If it's the latter, what do you think happened? Do you think the people there lived
Excuse me.
happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess left...
She would never. She's a perfect angel.
Hilarious.
That you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Why is it like that? It wasn't like that earlier. Okay, that's fixed. I don't know why you did that.
That's right, you can't stop her. We're
Yep.
going to sweep
Save
her
the-
off her feet. if
Gotta
it's the
save
last
the
thing
princess.
Anyone does.
And not
These
get
are
any
really the sorts of
cooch.
people you'd like to align
No
yourself
maidens.
with. You're not at the cabin.
Going to the cabin.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie.
Yeah, we
You
know,
already
we know.
told-
I think we've already been over this.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled.
Sure,
Let's go.
Yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Alright, let's go. And we're not taking the blade again.
The interior of the cabin is clean and
Oh, it's
elegant.
pretty.
Its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries.
It actually looks
Prison
clean.
befitting a royal prisoner. The blade is your implement.
I'm going to the basement. Just going right to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed
It's
carpet
pretty.
glimmers in the light of the torches positioned, but it's
It's
still a stone
pretty.
basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Is
A
it?
soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Aw, sweet thing.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're
I
taking
can
this a
hear the
little too
bells.
far. We barely even know
Do
the
do
princess.
do do
You
do.
can still
I
do right
can
by
hear
her
the
without all
bells.
this over the... Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just
Lol.
remember that her charms
Lol,
are all
Keklamau.
part of the manipulation.
Is it though? Is it though? Is it though?
You walk down the stairs and
Hey,
lock
girly.
eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Hi, girly. How you
You
doing?
know she can't
Probably
hear,
not good because you're
right?
chained up.
She may not be able to hear my words, but
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you.
That's kind
my
of funny.
Dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called
Aw.
us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible.
That's right,
Yes.
villain. And you killed... Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was
Yep.
self-defense. Our beloved's hands...
And you've died before. So an entire world has been
Yep.
damned to oblivion.
And I'm okay with it.
I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this?
I didn't bring a knife.
I'm
Did I
okay
cut
with
you out
whatever
again?
you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be...
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her... Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her
That's
hand
true.
out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up
That's
with.
She didn't
true.
care last time. Why should she care this time?
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not...
Or she's a sweet, innocent thing. And yeah.
You died, and now we're talking. I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel
That's true.
forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery.
Heck
to
well,
show
now.
us mercy.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening
Nah, I'm
yourself
assigning
up to
kindness.
manipulation.
You can F off with that.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling
I just want to
princess?
kiss her little
She wants
cheekies.
to make us happy.
You pinch
My
him.
heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Is it though?
Then I didn't end the world.
You're so
See?
cute.
She didn't confess anything. She is... not so sure.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action,
Is
That's
it?
okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Aww.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
that's because she's perfect.
Do you think
Yeah.
she has someone like him telling her what?
She doesn't. There's no one.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always
I agree with that. Let's go
No.
rescue here now.
I can't let you do that. If you take it,
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
Oh,
if
here
you
he
had a
goes.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain
I love that.
heights
This is
and
so funny.
depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest,
Hilarious.
I will end our life without a second thought.
I'm down with
you
that.
wouldn't.
I'm
I
down.
would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Yep. And I don't care. I
can't
wanna save
believe
her.
it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Aww.
If you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone... Luckily for Mr.
No.
Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on us?
What do we do now?
What do you want
Let
to
me
do?
guess.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding?
Yeah.
So gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the act?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you...
Want to leave him? Let's
Sounds
leave.
Perfect.
The princess
Aw.
takes your hand. The last hopes of the entire world.
We have each other. We
Cute.
don't need the world for us.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made, and this is happening.
So joyful.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Aw,
You and
suck
the
it.
princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face. And
That's a familiar mood. Did I do that last time?
Yeah, you
should
did.
know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no. Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Yeah.
she's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for
Enough
He's
with this
hilarious. I
true
think he's my
love
favorite
nonsense.
one.
You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our Pat...
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yep. Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you...
Of course she can.
Nobody is.
Open if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Together.
Like a pair of teenagers in love. You and the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding?
I told
Cute.
you our love was
Very cute.
insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from.
No.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Yes.
I
hate you
if
too.
Walking out that door is really
Feeling is
gonna end the
mutual.
world, can't we all just stay here? That's not how this. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her.
We're leaving. Let's
Yes, I suppose
go.
you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cab, and then you step outside.
Aww.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Well, you're not gonna be able to
Where
do
did
anything because
everything
it's about to
go?
get you.
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be
She's cold. Quick,
Oh,
our
no.
feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
And it's here. This is the last one, I think.
She's gone.
Alright.
And is that a...
Here's the mirror. Been
But
here
it feels
before.
so bad. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see.
No, you're not. It's the end for you, but not for me. It's going to be okay.
She'll be there waiting for us.
Approach the mirror. And we're gonna be gross, aren't we? Nothing at all. Oh. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You focus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint, veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
Oh god, hi. Slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and glass in two. Oh wow. So you're the narrator.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
A lot. I need to turn that down because that fucking hurts. That hurts. Owie.
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim, I'm sure you...
Yeah, many. Just like you.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once.
Is this the ending?
Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness, but you'll be awake soon. And then it won't... I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Sure. You've done to us. You think anyone
Nobody
deserves to
alive
live.
has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be
Yes.
that petty,
I'm taking
There
it to
isn't
Petty
much I can do to
University, as
stop
Swoop
you.
would say.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
It's cracking.
Any other version of me you talked to was just that,
A version of you.
me. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Except for me. I can tell you for a fact.
Oh, yeah? If you made me, then
You're
what
the
am I?
Quiet, the god I. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final
Stuff
request.
itself within her.
The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all.
No.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't, so I tucked a part of myself into the full. Seems that every me you met did a real shit.
I got one more. Ran out of questions. I'm lying to you.
Lying? I can't tell. But I've said my
Time's
piece.
up.
Like I said, I'm just an echo. And
Bye. Bye-bye. Fuck off. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Go into the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. What is happening? Oh, hi. Oh. Hello. That's not fucking creepy whatsoever.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment.
What
I've missed
are you?
dearly.
I missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death.
Okay.
Pay him no mind.
Don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
And what happens now?
You're the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or
Oh, I'm letting you
will
out.
open the final doors to our liberation?
These stories we've yet left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning
Again,
and
the
end,
voice actress for this is
which
fucking
lack
phenomenal.
balance in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Do you have a say in all of this? Why is it all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Okay. If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point to be doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked? All of them?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't
No,
yet
I don't.
understand.
I am confuser.
But we cannot
I
use
am
words
confusion.
alone to grasp
The
at
corn
things
fusion.
that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you,
Uh-oh.
then
Oh!
Your liver drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you.
Oh, so we're gonna see all of them.
Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
No, the world exists without you, but I've existed without you. Kill her shield humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Oh.
My massive mob here. There is no beginning to them. There is no
Oh, this is creepy as hell. I love it.
There is only the flood of bodies. You hold every possible sensation at once. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us, we can be everything again.
Version of us in every reality, not every reality had you draw a breath. Even then, I went on. The world doesn't need you. Get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. Why not?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those
Why not?
words.
Let's go. We're free. I'm free. I'm free. Dang it. Ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumbled and bound in an agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Alright, taking your hand, baby girl. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. And we out. We outie. 5,000. Let's go. You are free and she is with you.
Magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Alright, let's go. Into the infinite. You and she step forward into the 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Well, that was fucking cool. I guess that's our first full ending to this. I think I will make a series definitely on going through the rest of these little avenues and getting all of the achievements, because that is just too cool. But it's gonna be a short one tonight. We've done almost an hour. And I will probably just go screw around and play Pokemon for a little bit. So, next time. See ya.